Bonjour. Hello. Konnichiwa. My name is Emi Kusano. I'm from Tokyo, Japan. I'm an entrepreneur creating new IPs from NFT projects. But until recently, I always consider myself as a master of none. Web3 has empowered me. Today, I would like to share my story. Looking back on my life, I was always pursuing my passion and working so many different things. I work as an advertising agency. I sometimes model for eye drop commercial, and I was a photographer too. But none of them I didn't long last. So I felt inferior to people who had it all figured out. The thing I enjoyed the most was my music career. As a lead singer of synthwave band Saturday Young, I was always collaborative and broad. I enjoy singing, of course, but I enjoy more about collaborating artists like a graphic designer for my artwork and also music video director for my music video. But during pandemic, I became depressed that I couldn't perform live. I couldn't see my bandmate or collaborator. So then, in March 2021, I learned about NFT. I saw crypto people and art people talking to each other, which is kind of rare. So the moment, I felt like a genesis of the new era. So I minted my first NFT on Foundation. It's called Love is on an IPO, a music video of my new single I originally planned to release on YouTube. I didn't really know what lay beyond that. But in summer of 2021, there was someone who gave me a college. It was my 8 years old son. He said to me, "Mom, I want to mint my NFT on OpenSea to buy a Pokemon card." So it was a lazy summer afternoon in the school holidays, so we decided to start NFT collection together. The theme choose was zombies, so which he has been fighting in a Minecraft for a long time. And he named the project Zombie Zoo. The concept is a zombifying animals at first, but soon he was zombifying anything. Zombie clock, zombie airplane, zombie 3D printers, zombie Wi-Fi, and he began to career under the name of Zombie Zookeeper. We are also created the English language Twitter feed and the project. So it was lots of fun working together in a marketing process. 1 week after minted his first NFTs, something happened. The piece was started in selling one after another and sold out. We didn't know who was buying them. Eventually, we found out it was Trevor McFedries, as a founder of company Broad, behind the virtual influencer Lil Michaela, and also he's a founder of crypto and art community DAO, Friends with Benefit, FWB. And he was a real crypto OG, so we couldn't find any info on Twitter, but eventually realized that Zombie Zoo was being talked about on the FWB Discord. So I joined FWB a bit later, and it was where I learned about smart contract, community, roadmap, and so many Web3 stuff. And eventually, even Steve Aoki, he's a renowned DJ, and he's a renowned NFT collector, bought my son's artwork, 3 of them, with 6 ETH. And eventually, so that time, my second son has just born, and I was staying up late in the night to feed him formula. So I would jump into Twitter space and 1 a.m. Japan time and chilling about project and catching up with the people from all over the world. And I made great connection, and my English got so much brush up. From there, Zombie Zoo was featured more than 40 times on national TV in Japan, and it became one of the most famous examples of NFT art in Japan. Many Japanese artists actually started creating NFTs after seeing my son's artwork. So, we've done our best to create new collaboration.
Somewhere つまずいても I don't care 見つけ出すよ my own way 夢が咲いた High speed
So we work with a Toei Animation, so the anime studio behind Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon, to create anime trailer. So we've actually developing a bigger show. So Zombie Zoo has been shown exhibit around the Japan, department stores, and a metaverse game platform, Sandbox, and more. So I would like to ensure his longevity as a new IP. Starting NFT project with my son allow me to connect people I would never have met living in Japan. So meeting people crossover interests and talent, perhaps the best part of being early days in the space. So Devin, who works at the Dropbox in Silicon Valley and also speaking here today in the morning, approached me on Twitter DM. Can we do something together? He was actually original holder of my son, Zombie Zoo Starfish. But my son didn't want to get involved for making a generative. He's a pure artist. He doesn't want to break into the piece. So I proposed the idea of Shinsei Galverse, which I had been thinking about for some time with my best friend Ayaka. She is talented animator. She couldn't make it for today, but so we worked together for music video and other project. And she and I wanted to make a sci-fi anime together someday. So although we don't have no fundings or plans, we would call every day and talking about. I would write the scenario. She would draw the characters. So luckily, Devin is anime-loving otaku, so we click. And then Devin's best friend Jack, known online as a Wailoro, who is deeply connected to the NFT community, joined us. And a very unique international team was born. I'm the only bilingual person in the team, so I always have an interpreter on hand meetings. But even though 4 of us grew up in different countries, we share the experience and having a growing up watching the same anime, and our love of the work transcends border and language barriers. And we work together as a best team. Late last year and early this year, many of the top NFT projects were actually anime-inspired, but none of them actually Japanese artists involved, including our amazing artist Ayaka. So I know there's so many talented manga anime artists in Japan who doesn't speak any English. So I felt strongly I would like to the bridge, and I want to celebrate our anime culture. So this is Shinsei Galverse. Ayaka drew over 2,200 traits, which is insane. 5 or 10 times more than most of NFT PFP project. Devin and Jack were there to collaborate the process, helping us bridge the language and culture barrier to the Western NFT audience. In naming individual parts, Ayaka and I took care of original Japanese language and translated into English 2,200 traits. And it could be easier to convey to from there. And many of the references to 90s anime culture, and they're all convey nostalgic feeling. But at the same time, they also give a sense of newness. Where does newness came from? Ayaka and I were born in early 90s and always loved magical girl theme anime. But at the same time, we are obsessed with boys sci-fi anime at the same time, like Akira and Ghost in the Shell. But what we frustrated about is like always the female character is kind of created by male point of view. So we wanted more badass gals. So that's the idea. And also, the gal and the galbers actually references from Japanese fashion group described in 90s, and they're a group of badass girls who optimistically enjoy their authentic fashion for themselves, rather than trying to be appeal to men. And the destination of Galber's community is very clear. Instead of Wagami, we all gonna make it, we say Wagma. So we're going to make an anime. So it is because clear goal, our NFT was really success. Galber's wasn't hyped as a mini collection, but we sold out just over 5 hours, and we hit the #1 sales volume on OpenSea 24 hours ranking, and stayed for 4 days, for days afterwards. So even we got the up to the Basie and Clonex and so many brew tips. After the sale, our unique journey together has begun. We are currently in negotiation with Japanese anime studio, have been busy meeting with industry legend responsible for the work we grew up watching, love so much. We are going to share the story behind the production with the community and hope create a unique journey together. So we have had a lot of influential artists like Glampring, Betty from Dead Fella, Cologne from Cool Cat, Dom. They all minted and a part of the project. Many of them are creators we really look up to before creating our own project. We held an event in NFT NIC, and it was very popular with very diverse community. We think Yao appeals to much broader audience than other NFT projects there. So we are proud of the friends we have made around the world, including Paris, and this project and the people we brought together. But of course, making anime takes a long time. So now working as a boutique and a Web3 studio at the same time, working on a new technology and trying to brace our own trades as a small, innovative group. We want Galvers to be a new kind of IP, so we want to hold it to have an expecting new experience that only possible to NFTs. So one of our recent announcement that was we were turning all gals into VTuber. So like a virtual puppet you can use with webcam. The gals are already coming to life, well, before they are even in an anime show. We're also running an art contest called Galverse Art Matsuri. So Matsuri is a festival in Japanese. And our community is growing, and we are already seeing amazing work of their art. If you want to win the gal to join us, we really encourage you to give a competition to try. My life has been changed, and I found NFT. it gave me an opportunity to realize what I couldn't create alone. So that brings being master of none is actually something great. By combining different talents, I was able to present my work to the world. And the most of that, I want to thank you to all the gal pals. Lastly, I would like to audience to shout out my team slogan, Wagma. Can you say Wagma together? Okay, 3, 2, 1, Wagma. Okay, 3, 2, 1, Wagma! Thank you. Merci.